Intercompany expenses. Your organization might have multiple divisions, subsidiaries, and other legal entities that transfer products and services to each other for projects. In Microsoft Dynamics AX, the legal entity that provides the service or product is called the lending legal entity, and the legal entity that receives the service or product is called the borrowing legal entity. The following illustration is a typical scenario where two legal entities, SIFR, the borrowing legal entity, and SIUSA, the lending legal entity, share resources to deliver a project for customer A. In this illustration, FRSI is contracted to deliver the work to customer A. To activate intercompany scenario, we have to navigate to the rich client and under the travel and expense setup, click on parameters and check this label box. I go here, under the travel and expense parameters, I navigate to general and then allow intercompany expenses. I check this box and I hit close. Now let's take a scenario where we have USSI and FRSI as two companies and intercompany setup is done. Project is created in FRSI and a resource, Yuichiro, from USSI is working on the project which exists in FRI. Now take a look how USSI resource enters an intercompany expense report through Enterprise Portal. We click on New Expense Report. And here, since we have activated the intercompany expense report in the parameters, we can select this label, which is intercompany expense report, and hit continue. We can create a new expense line. And now here, instead of selecting USSI, which is the actual company of Yuichiro, he's going to select the borrowing company, which is FRSI. And these two companies share an expense category, which is a shared category called meal. So if he selects that and clicks OK, we see that a new expense line opens, an expense detail page opens. I can select a transaction date and an amount. We see that when we try to click on this project ID, we already have this project ID auto-populated. We can select one project ID from here and then select a category, which is meal expenses. So here we have demonstrated that Yuichiro, being an employee of USSI, could actually file his expenses against the legal entity FSRI and map to a project ID of FSRI. We can save and we can close. We can submit this expense report. And hit the submit button again. We will take a deep dive into intercompany expenses in the advanced course.